The challenge with kind of that latter piece is that having your prospect or customer data only inside the point of sale or in the accounting system is that it becomes really difficult to send marketing and relationship based communications. Hey everyone, Tanner O'Brien back here again. I am the CEO and founder of Benefit Marketing. I'm a senior partner at Action Coach in Central Texas. I'm a master coach. I'm an investor, entrepreneur, all that fun stuff, and a just absolute lover of marketing, finance, and operations. And I like to kind of take these tools, use it in our own business, learn a whole bunch of lessons of things to do, things not to do, and then share with you all the lessons I've learned along the way. So, for the past few weeks, we've been talking a bit about marketing and how we continue to maximize our process of marketing. So, I want to share a little bit with you on the permanent list that many of us should have in our own business. So, I'll start with this. Profitability comes from repeat business. So, this was one of the first lessons that I learned in marketing as I began kind of my journey into business. Simply put, we have to invest time and money to buy customers. There's a cost to actually acquiring them. This is why we track that thing called client acquisition cost or CAC. But when we get that same customer to come back over and over again, our return on investment continues to grow. So think about it this way. If I buy a customer for $100, right? I spend $100 in marketing, advertising, things like that to get them to come in the door and they buy something from me. Cost me $100. And they buy from me just that one time and they spend $200. Now, we're going to go for simplicity here. So let's assume 100% gross margin just to make my numbers easy. But they spend $200. So my business then makes $100, right? They spent $200. I kept that $200, but I had $100 to acquire them. So 200 minus 100 gives us $100. When that customer comes back and buys from me a second time, a third time, a fourth time, without the need for any additional marketing, then that next sale is essentially pure profit. There's no additional marketing acquisition costs that's kind of factored in here. That's the power of this. So the question then becomes, how do I get my customers to come back and buy from me again and again and again? Now, here's the fun part. There's a simple answer to this question. And the simple answer, simply ask. Ask them to come back, invite them to come back and buy from you again, to spend more time with you, with that relationship, that sort of thing. So this was one of the primary lessons that I learned. One of the primary reasons that I believe every business should have a database of customers and prospects that they own is so that we can simply ask them to come back. A permanent list that can be communicated with to build further relationship and ask for further business. So allow me to ask you, as you watch this, listen to this later on today, where does your permanent list reside? Do you have a CRM, a client relationship management, like that system, that tool in place? Do you use a marketing database tool like MailChimp or some other like email database out there? Or are you like many of the businesses that I know out there who kind of keep just this information inside their point of sale system or their accounting software? The challenge with kind of that latter piece is that having your prospect or customer data only inside the point of sale or in the accounting system is that it becomes really difficult to send marketing and relationship based communications. It is truly good and great, right, for sending invoices and other finance or kind of post sale related communications, that sort of thing, but it's not great. It's not built for marketing. When we shift over to a tool that's specifically designed to communicate with our database, then we have the full power of building a relationship that matters, right? One that helps us foster further business transactions as a result. At the end of the day, that's kind of what we want. We want to do more business with more people. So there's plenty of amazing tools out there to get you started. And they don't have to cost much or really any money just to get started. I know for us, we use a platform like HubSpot. It's great for those that are just starting out. Their base level is free. It gives you most of what you need just to track that basic stuff. I've got people coming in, I'm collecting their information, I'm keeping notes about them, all of that sort of thing for free. That's what's beautiful about it. So it also can go, then grow with you as you continue to become more sophisticated in your marketing and start to become ready for, leveraging more tools to communicate with your database or, using automations and pipelines, things like that. But you don't have to start there. Just having a database that you can access and put information into and quickly be able to communicate with, that is the key here. Building the database is one of the most important things that we can do in our marketing. So here's a little bit more on this topic for you to just kind of get you thinking, get you rolling on this process. So Russell Brunson, ClickFunnels, wrote .com and Expert Secrets and Traffic Secrets, things like that. He shares his thoughts on traffic that you own versus traffic that you control and traffic that you earn. The goal, he says, is to convert as much of the traffic that you can control and earn into traffic that you own, essentially your database. So what is traffic that you control and what is traffic that you earn? Traffic that you control is really any traffic that you can directly point where you want them to go. So the best example of this is like paid ads. You pay to control traffic on Facebook, on Google, etc. Platforms like that, and you're able to control that traffic into an ad, into a landing page, into a funnel, a website, something that you own and can kind of control from there. So then what is traffic that you earn? Traffic that you earn is any traffic that has voluntarily chosen to follow you. The best example of this is followers on social media. You can't directly control where that traffic comes from or where it goes, but you can influence it. Unlike the traffic that you control, traffic that you earn is often much warmer and more receptive to your message since they elected to follow you. So let's, full callback to some of the sales and marketing things we've talked about in the past. But when they elect to do things, the receptive nature of where they go with the next step in your message tends to be a little bit stronger. So the key with these two types of traffic is to remember that you do not own them. So if Facebook were to close shop tomorrow or Google changed their algorithm, you could actually lose everything that you've been working towards. Another example of this is TikTok. Really important right now, right? If and when the legislation that has been passed actually forces the removal of this app in the United States, we can say goodbye to all the earned and controlled traffic from that platform. Our goal as marketers is to funnel that traffic from these external sources into a database that we own. From here, we can continue to build relationship, provide value, and ultimately generate more business over time. If there's one thing that you can take away from this message today, understand the power of your database. Know where your permanent list resides. Begin to think about how you can use this information to build relationships with your best customers. I think I've said relationships a ton of times on these conversations and this marketing stuff, right? Relationship really does matter. So over the coming weeks, we're going to start shifting into some different ways that we can generate leads or generate traffic. And then we'll shift into kind of some best practices when it comes to how and how often we should create content. So make sure you're subscribed. Take some notes here, share your thoughts in the comments on what else you'd like to see from a marketing standpoint. But I encourage you to stay tuned for next week and we'll have some fun continuing to really map out this process of marketing and mastering your marketing for your business.